Good evening, this is Duane Lowry for the DPP Grain Desk on Sunday, September 15th. It's currently about 10 to 5 Sunday afternoon. Outlook tonight, or this week in general, initially is going to be based on Friday's poor performance, weak action. Markets had a bearish mindset for quite some time, and they're anxious to latch onto anything that looks bearish, even though the market's basically been going sideways in corn and wheat for several weeks, and we've had more than a $2 rally in beans that, for all practical purposes, the vast majority of the trade did not participate in anything on the upside with that, and has been quick to try to pick a top in the bean market for the last 3 weeks, and been ignoring the adverse weather, trying to downplay that. Been ignoring boots on the ground reports from agronomists and producers about problems in the beans, especially the western Midwest, western parts of Illinois and westward. We have certainly seen stressful weather. We've had limited precip in the month of August. We had a lot of heat. We all know that. Private forecasters tried to downplay the impact of that, and basically offered little impact on that towards corn. USDA came in with probably a smaller bean number than what a lot of people expected, but the marketplace in general just does not want to embrace that. So with Friday's lower closes after a strong performance on Thursday in beans, the marketplace still has a mindset of trying to be quick to try to pick a top here. They want to look at the harvest ahead, is just ahead. Some people want to talk about the weather forecast that we have for over the next several days, couple of weeks, as being a bearish input. I find that beyond laughable. Production potential from here forward is pretty much determined. The crop stress that we experienced during August and the last couple of weeks, as far as I'm concerned, is largely irreversible. A lot of beans have turned yellow. At that point, there's nothing you're going to do to add bushels to it. The corn, in many cases, is beyond the point where you're going to positively impact yield. But the mindset of the marketplace is bearish, and so we're probably going to look at a lot of people expecting the markets to be weak tonight, and I think we probably will start out with a weaker tone. I personally don't think we'll be that much weaker, and I think that we will reverse the weakness of tonight as the week unfolds, even though there's really not much of a storyline to suggest it. It wouldn't surprise me if we reverse it relatively quickly. I would view short-term weakness here as a buying opportunity. We've got opportunities for beans to make new highs, possibly by a notable amount. I continue to believe that production potential is below what the last USDA had last week, and I think we're going to see lower soybean yield reports from USDA in the months ahead, and we're not too far away from getting combine reports in the western Midwest on beans, and I think that there's going to be a lot of disappointment around. I don't think the market's fully digested that. I think there's also a good chance that a lot of the corn was negatively impacted and rushed to maturity at the expense of yield potential in the western Midwest with the stressful heat and dryness during the month of August and early September. I think that the marketplace has already traded the most bearish scenario, as you can imagine, that we will have from here forward in corn, and the technical conditions I see as stabilizing at worst. Several weeks of sideways activity. We're at the bottom side of the parameters. I don't see us able to build downside momentum. I think as you look ahead to harvest, the producer's looking at the cheapest corn prices he's seen for a couple of marketing seasons. I don't think he's going to be anxious to make sales. He's got plenty of storage space available, and he's got a financial balance sheet that either cash flow is not going to be a problem or borrowing capacity is not a problem. Either way, you're not going to find the producer very willing to make sales of the physical commodity basically at any time yet during this calendar year. I think all of those forces combined with the fact that the marketplace has been and remains very bearish, and then I would argue too bearish, and I think all that sets the stage for some sort of short covering and disappointment with producer marketing at harvest time, and I think the shorts are going to be forced to cover, and I think it'll be a very thorough short covering activity over the next several weeks. I think that gives producers a much better selling opportunity than what they're seeing today, and I don't think that there's any opportunity here to be establishing new short positions, or I question the merit of even maintaining short positions, even if they are hedges. So I look for the market to probably start weaker. I question the ability of the market to build downside momentum, and I think whatever weakness we see early this week will be reversed, and may be reversed rather quickly. For the DPP Grain Desk, this is Duane Lowry. Thank you.